Oh, we're in Clayton, and I've been looking for this. This is Rob Forrester, and I'm a link to the past. Rob's a link to the past. I mean, I do a lot with this year's Spartan team. We're going to have to educate them to tell us, I mean, not the infancy of the program, that was about 79, but to tell people about what was going on there in 86 and 87. I mean, these were special times for De La Salle.
Yeah, no, definitely. My freshman year, 84, was when the first, quote, streak started, which ended up being 44 games. So that was, yeah, really the first, I think, extended period of wins that De La Salle started stringing along and really started gaining prominence throughout the area. So it was definitely an exciting time and felt very fortunate to be a part of that.
But if people don't understand, we were playing on Saturdays. Tell people about this.
Yeah, no, that was the old Catholic Athletic League for the first couple of years. And yeah, it was mostly Saturday games. We didn't have lights at De La Salle. So we usually played on Saturdays. JVs played before varsity on Saturdays, and then I think my junior year was when we got the lights installed. So was there, I guess, for that milestone game, the first game
against South City. You remember that?
Yeah, South San Francisco, I think, was the first game under the lights at De La Salle. So, which is exciting. I mean, I think a lot of kids, myself, I mean, I love playing under the lights, and the whole Friday night lights was really exciting. To be able to do that at on the field at your own school was really exciting. So I was fortunate that kicked in when I was still there.
And what's interesting, you know, a lot of these guys are still around. Ladd, Edson, but you mentioned Pinella, who's the quarterback coach. Was the quarterback to tell people?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the quarterback when I was a freshman. So he was big man on campus. I looked up to him. A lot of people looked up to him as he was the guy. So, and then I was lucky enough after he graduated, played quarterback on our junior varsity team, and he came back and he was my quarterback's coach, and it was great helping me out all through my JV season. And then I think everybody knows how long he's been with the program, and just a staple with his dedication and service to the program.
No, I know. Allenbaugh, who's a great guy, has allowed me access to the team this year. And you know, you're busy here with your family, Maria and Mia and Casey. You got to come down for one game or something. And
absolutely.
And then because Pinella he's the quarterback coach to Sweeney, and as I said, I was taking a liking to Sweeney. You know, he's 5'10", he's my size. And when I talk to his dad, we tell recruiters he's 6'5". But he's the leader on that team.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think what the question is here. Maybe it goes back. Even I know there's some Hinkleys on this year's team. Talk about Robbie Hinckley. I mean, he was. I mean, I remember seeing. I'll let you talk in a second. But he was St. Stephen's over in Walnut Creek. I would see him, you know, and I'd always look up to him. Telling people who Robbie Hinckley was.
Yeah, no, Rob was, Rob's younger brother, Jim, was my year. So I'm still, to this day, very good friends with Jim Hinckley. And no, Rob was another one like Pinella was, and knowing his brother and seeing him there, and being really the first, I think, really high-profile recruit that came out of De La Salle, and getting a scholarship to Stanford and then going on to the pros. He was definitely, you know, one of those first icons of De La Salle football.
Right.
So yeah, it was great to be associated, be able to play with his, you know, younger brother, who himself was a outstanding player, probably the best player on our team our senior year, who also got a scholarship to Stanford. Probably could have picked any school that he wanted to. I know Notre Dame was hunting him down, and UCLA, and was another super high profile recruit. So they had a lot of good genes in that family on the football side.
Exactly. I think there's Hinckley. I don't want to speak. I think it's the brother Mike, who's a golfer. There's a Hinckley on this year's team. To see, I'll track that down. Talk about that time period. You know, we mentioned Hinckley, Twan Van Lee, some of these names that have been lost to history that we can bring back. You know, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, my year, my senior year, I mean, I played with a great group of guys, and a lot of them are still in the area. I keep in touch with a lot of them. Mentioned Jim Hinckley is in the area. Brad Thompson, who ended up playing at Cal, going to a bunch of bowl games and starting at center for Cal. Jim King lives in the area too, another Stanford product. Brad Hyde, our quarterback, still really good friends with him. He's been in Texas now for, almost 20 years, I think. But still follows De La Salle all the way from Texas. We still exchange text messages and talk on the phone. And So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be at the Trinity game down there when they play at Texas this year. But yeah, no, just lots of great friendships and spanning all the way back. I mean, Matt Clisby was a sophomore. He played back in that time, it wasn't a whole lot of sophomores that played on varsity. It was a pretty special thing, and he stepped up, started at corner, and just was a huge addition to our team. Filled in at running back a couple of times, so he's in the area. Keep in touch with him. So yeah, see a lot of these guys, and that's part of the program. I mean, it's the education and the football, but the friendships that just are continuing to last.
Right. Enter to learn, leave to serve.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
No, I'm thinking it starts with you here, Rob, but this is a Saturday. These guys don't know it, but I'm probably going to be showing up at their house on a Saturday. I mean, and which is
early,
a good thing.
I'd suggest early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Yeah, they like it. Brad Thompson he's an early riser, so 7:30 in the morning or so.
I have to be there at 7:30.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And then also, I don't know how many segments are going to be, but you opened something here that's a can of worms. That's a good can of worms. That's the wrong thing to say. I mean, it's just, for me, it's a treasure trove. I mean, tell us what your mom did. I mean, those picture albums. I mean, she saved everything, and I'm going to be taking photos. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, no, my mom did a great job of documenting all of the newspaper articles. Or obviously, it wasn't social media. Dating myself here, but I didn't have social media and computers and the internet and all that back then. So it was newspapers was the only thing you had. So there was probably a lot more coverage in the newspapers than there is now. But she clipped, I think, every article that was out there about sports and when I was in high school. So yeah, I'm really lucky now, looking back that long ago, to be able to flip through and see that stuff.
Exactly.
It really is neat.
No, but also, I'm joking, newspapers. Do your daughter Mia and your son Casey, they know what a newspaper is?
They do know what a newspaper is. They don't read it too much.
Right,
so they'll go to their
that's the problem.
Their phones or their iPods or whatever
exactly.
it is.
No, but we'll look like, specifically, I've been talking with my buddy Damon Bowers about this photo, that was 1980. Well, actually, no, this is Ignacio, but I mentioned it to him. Tell people about this big game, because it was 1987. The canal separated us, and they set it up. Who was it? Was it Bamberger and?
I think on Ignacio's side, we just looked at it. So Eric Bamberger and Ted Hastings.
I think so.
And then on our side, it was Craig Presky, who was the other running back, and Jim King, who we just talked about.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to prevent the Ignacio guys from climbing the fence.
Stage shot from climbing the fence between the two schools.
No, that's it.
It was great.
No, I'm going to take a photo of that. I'm going to post that. I'm thinking we got to talk more. We'll figure out how we do more, but we'll talk more in a second. We're going to come back and talk about it hasn't really been lost to history. I'm still talking about. Damon Bowers is still talking about it. But the funny thing, your wife, who lived around here, didn't even know what we're talking about. But there's a famous 1987 game, De La Salle and Monte Vista at the Coliseum. Stay tuned for that.